right, it is Friday, and of course, you know what entails Friday, the Insight Show. Today, all my followers, we're going to talk about a lot of the discussions that have taken place across the country on matters politics. Today, we have a very full-packed, the panel who's going to assist us in the discussions of today. Key among the discussion of today, we're going to talk about a lot of things that have been happening across the country. Key among them is the Chebukati retires, Chebukati, the IEBC chairperson, who was actually retired from the office. We also have Ruto says there's no handshake at all here on his government. And of course, we also have the aspect of where Chebukati, the president, said that he was plotted to be murdered. And of course, our guest is going to give us an insight of what has entailed. We're going to talk about a lot of things in this segment here on the Insight Show. I'm your host, Sete Emmanuel, and of course you can engage with us on our social media platforms. That is GBS TV Africa across all the social media platforms, or you can send your views on our SMS line. That is 21144. Now, karibu sana.
Asante.
I'm going to give you a chance to, before we go into the discussion, to introduce yourself to my viewer, of course.
Hello viewers, my name is Julian Wanjiko Maina, and I am a politician. And I was vying with the Jubilee Party, MCA members of County Assembly in Kalimani Ward, Juja constituency, Kiambu County. And as you can see, I'm a lady. You know, nowadays it is difficult because they are saying sexuality is you will decide, but mine is already known that I'm a woman, and I love politics, and I'm not willing to quit or I love serving people. That's why I'm here to defend my party.
Thank you very much. It's actually a very big privilege to have a woman who's a leader actually in our panel today. We're going to have a lot of discussions on the key aspects in the political arena. Now, before we even talk about a lot of things, we're going to start our discussion on Chebukati. Wafula Chebukati has now retired. What can you say of his legacy as the chairperson of IEBC?
Well, Wafula Chebukati started well, but finished on the wrong foot.
Reason?
Why do I say he finished on the wrong foot? Because the last election, 2022, there were some mischievous behaviors that erupted, that he knew. He added the polling station, and those polling stations is where they did their monkey businesses. With proof, because one thing, they denied our agent to be inside the polling station, because I received a call around 6 a.m. from my PA, and she informed me that they have denied all our agents, all the Azimio agents, only independent agent and UDA. So why I said that he finished on a wrong foot, because he knew what was going on, and it's better to start poorly and finish well than to start well and finish poorly. So
according to you, from the views, from the discussion that I've had, you've already outlined, do you think Wafula Chebukati emerged as a hero during his service to the Kenyans, or he became a villain?
To me, he's not a hero. To me, he's someone who had his own special interest. And we can see it was all over national TV that he tried to talk with our former SG Tuju. And there were some allegations that he tried to ask for money. And as well, he's a hero to those that he played games to. And I am not afraid of saying this, that Wafula Chebukati, you finished wrongly. You finished on the wrong foot. Maybe the left foot, that's where you finished with. But if I wish you were fair enough to have the facts right and to be in the light, and you know what happened. He knows exactly what happened. And in the polling station, he knows exactly what happened. There was a figure of 100 and 200 differences of votes, which someone called me and told me he found ballot boxes. My ballot boxes.
Is it a clear source, sure source that we can rely on about
Yes,
that?
yes, it's a clear source because they told me, Mahesh, we saw your ballot boxes. They were full of your votes. So I'm convinced it's just that there are steps to take. You can go to court, and right now judicially is corrupt. We cannot even rely on it as the Azimio because it will be manipulated. And the manipulation started way before, 4 years ago, when His Excellency, former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta trusted our President, President Ruto. And he went on campaigning. For 4 years, it did not work, claiming that there was a handshake. The handshake was to bring unity. The handshake was to make sure that there is no tribalism in Kenya. Because since way back, we all know that Kikuyus and Luos have always been like a tug of war. But he brought unity. It was not of special interest. There are some things which are so intimate that we cannot even talk right now, because when we talk, we will be told it is opposition. And they will say that we are doing this because we were defeated. But in the real sense, we know where the shoes hurt. We know deep down what went on, so that there was a handshake.
Now, talking on the same, because Wafula Chebukati has actually retired, the Senate had a special sitting yesterday to discuss the proposed changes to the law concerning the appointment of IEBC commissioners. That is according to the Amendment Bill 2022. The bill actually seeks to have 2 positions from the political parties. We have 1 from the Public Service Commission, 2 in the religious, and 1 from the Law Society of Kenya. What do you expect? Is this going to assist in now putting an establishment of the IEBC that is going to be strong enough, according to you?
Well, not even according to me. According to all politicians. When you say public participation, it's just like I was vying and had a PA, and maybe I won. And we were told once you go to the county assembly, you need to hire another PA. Will you tell me I will go look for another PA, or I will hire my PA? So all this is drama, monkey business. It's drama, just to show in the light we are transparent, but behind scene, they know what they are doing. They know who they are going to give, because there is 2027 that is coming.
So you don't support the amendment?
I don't support the amendment because it's all, I can say it's all bullshit, because this is what they want to show Wanjiko, but in the real sense, there is nothing like that. This is the reality of the matter. Is they know who they want to give, and why are they denying us office of the opposition if they are so much transparent? If you're transparent, tell us.
So the reason for the amendment is because the High Court actually found out that the Parliamentary Service Commission was dominating the selection panel of these people, and we actually had 4 out of 7 that were actually in which gives them the majority. Do you think it's intruding in the selection panel, according to you?
Well, according to me, it doesn't matter whatever they discuss or whatever they write, but transparency is that these people started in the darkness, and we are not expecting them anytime soon to bring light. So judicial, we saw it during the elections, they were corrupt. So why should we trust you? Those people who have been nominated as the CS, we have seen them in the public TVs, national TVs, that they murdered, they did this, and still they were given the job. So how do you expect me to believe that whatever you are saying will be straight?
No, because you seem to not agreeing with the amendment or these societies. What do you think? How then should we do it?
One thing, the way we should do it, they should allow office of the opposition. If they allow at least 1 person or 2 people in the office of opposition, with that we can now sit down. With that, office of the opposition is not for the benefit of the party. No, it is for Wanjiko. We elected leaders to serve. but not for you to go and get rich and do things your own way. Don't tell us this is what we are planning. We think of public participation. Don't tell us that way. Just show us with actions. We are open and we are transparent. This is the office of opposition. These are the people that you have brought us, that you trust, the people we trust, not you trust and I've come to appoint this and this. No, the people you trust. Show us through this by appointing the people us we trust, that whatever you are planning, it will be in the light. The people who we know, they cannot compromise, because you know nowadays people compromise because of money, but we have loyalties. We know people who, like our SG, Mr. Kioni, he cannot compromise because he has special interest for Mount Kenya and special interest for Wanjiko. So by saying public participation, it's all drama. I'm a politician and I know how we tell people that we shall build churches of Gorofa and after 4 years we disappear and we come back. Okay, this is personality, but when it comes to national, there should be transparency. And whatever they say about amending about judiciary, I don't trust them. I personally, I don't trust them.
No, because you have actually said that this is not going to actually help because we're going to have new commissions. How then do you, as a politician who wants to vie from a different, because you have said that you believe that they know the next, who's going to be the next leader. You want to vie, you want to be the, because I'm sure you want to go again as a politician. How do you, what are your chances of winning? What are your chances of getting that a chance to lead again? Okay,
what we are doing as a Jubilee Party, we'll go back to the drawing board. And nowadays, the Wanjiko is enlightened. They know by choosing, in fact, these last elections, 2022, Emmanuel, they enlightened Wanjiko that we will not be electing leaders because of a party or a flow or a wave. We will be electing leaders because I have seen in some different wards, they did not elect UDA. They elected a leader who they know they will serve. Like Juja ward, they elected CCK. He was not from UDA. And you know the whole Kiambu County, like Jubilee, we had like around 5 MCAs. But with that, it is showing that each and every day, Wanjiko is being educated. So they, once they know that wave is bringing us somewhere where the people will not work, they will come to a point where they will be electing individual. So I feel also me as a politician, and I want to vie again in 2027, I feel there is somewhere I need to pull up my socks. There is somewhere I need to work and to prove to people that I will work, because even some things that I had promised some churches I did it. I managed to get them whatever I had promised during campaign, and I'm not in the seat. So with this, they tell you, oh, this Mheshimiwa can, if at all this Mheshimiwa can promise a land and she's capable of bringing it to us before we elect her, she's a good leader. But the one we elected, even the phone call is switched off. We cannot. I tried to call him. He cannot even pick my call. Not because that we used to fight, or because we were in a competition. It's just that there's something that they get there and they feel like I've made it. You know, when you feel like you have made it, you see like you don't require Wanjiko, but it's only 60 months. And this I tell the UDA team, it's only 60 months.
Now, do you think Chebukati's commission is, or was actually selected in a better way in actually January 2017? The process, I think, of picking them was very consultative. You could also see there's a balance in picking those people that are going to assist them in the political side. What do you think of that?
Well,
are we going to have the same type of consultative? Because we have seen that the amendment has just gone very fast. But last time, the process of selecting these IEBC commissioners took a very strong motive. Yeah,
like last time, it took a very strong motive because motion, because the president that we had that time, former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, was very a straightforward person. And I'm not afraid to say that his former president, my party leader, is transparent. If you talk to him, Emmanuel, one-on-one, if you can get a chance, that I know you will one day, he's transparent. His heart is readable. There is no hypocrisy in him. So whatever he's doing, he do it passionately. So, but in this government, already we started on a wrong note. You know, people might think I'm talking like this because I was defeated, but I'm also Wanjiku of this country. I'm also a citizen of Kenya.
Yeah.
But I feel they promised us 100 days. How much is unga right now? It's 230. When we were campaigning, unga was 150. How much is the petroleum? When we were campaigning, it was 150. Now it's 179. In fact, after 2 days, it rose with 20 shillings. People did not complain. I have a high school boy. They say that they will increase salary, the school fees. And the salary of the Wanjiku is still the same. So where are we heading to? Within 100 days, your promise, you said unga will be 100, and now it is not even close to 150. How do you expect me to trust you in whatever you're promising me, and else whatever you promised during campaign days, you have not fulfilled? That is my question. And that is what I leave Wanjiku with. What if they have not given us anything? Any promise has not gone. Maybe only hustle fund, and it is your money. People don't know hustler fund is your own money. Once you register, they deduct 25 shillings. If they deduct 25 shillings to 25 million people, how much is it? So they will be lending you your money. So
you don't support actually the government under Ruto's administration in selecting the new commissioners that will actually usher the future leaders? I
don't trust them. Not unless they involve us directly as opposition, because I'm in opposition. Not unless they involve us directly.
But the amendment has two parts in the political sides. One from the majority part and the minority. So you have that means you've been given a share.
But you know, in the parliament, they have the majority. So even if we disagree, they have the minimum MPs that will make the motion pass. And this is what His Excellency President Ruto made sure that he had so many members of parliament. So even if we say that we disagree, and I have it, what are we expected to do? Just to flow with it, just to dance to the music.
Moving on to something that made some headlines. Actually, during his speech, Wafula Chebukati asked the president to form a commission of inquiry to look into the events that took place in August. Remember August 15th, where we had some rogue actions on the results. What do you think about? Is it the time to look for such inquiries, or should we?
You know, Emmanuel, they are looking for a way to buy time, so they will not work. They're still in campaign mode. They should be in office doing other things. But let opposition, let us talk. And because already they know, even if we take any case to the court, it will not pass. If we take any motion to the parliament, it will be just brushed off. So let them work. Let them not even go back to where we came from. I will ask UDA, please work. Stop wasting time with previous election. If you want us to trust you even more and to stop questioning your leadership, just work.
Well, we have heard that from our very own guest. Before we continue, we are going to take a short commercial break. But of course, we're going to discuss more and more with this esteemed politician who's going to assist us in this discussion. Continue sending your views on our SMS line, that is 21144, or you can send your views on our social media platforms, that is GBS TV Africa, across all the platforms. We're taking a short commercial break. Don't move a muscle.
Welcome to Mahanaim International High School. Are you worried about the character of your child? Mahanaim is the best Christian and character building school and offer British National Curriculum, IGCSE O-Level and GCE A-Level, and mixed day and boarding school. For more inquiry, call 0710 111 333.
Information is power, so is knowledge. It is a dynamic world that we live in, and we seek a source that will inform us in every change in innovation and all current happenings.
We are here to sound a warning.
Here at GBS TV, we deliver exactly that, chronologically with an additive of entertainment and ear-catching conversations that will change your perspective of tomorrow.
As opposition leader Bobby Wine, he actually tweeted,
War is a very expensive business.
We are a team of professionals, from well-esteemed camera experts to directors, field reporters and anchors.
A society without a watchdog.
We will be updating you on matters economy.
I am Sete Emmanuel and this is GBS.
Five minutes remaining.
GBS TV now brings you news at 9. Information is power, so is knowledge. It is a dynamic world that we live in, and we seek a source that will inform us in every change in innovation and all current happenings.
We are here to sound a warning.
Here at GBS TV, we deliver exactly that, chronologically with an additive of entertainment and ear-catching conversations that will change your perspective of tomorrow.
As opposition leader Bobby Wine, he actually tweeted,
War is a very expensive business.
We are a team of professionals, from well-esteemed camera experts to directors, field reporters and anchors.
A society without a watchdog.
We will be updating you on matters economy.
I am Sete Emmanuel and this is GBS.
Five minutes remaining.
GBS TV now brings you news at 9.
Welcome back. I'm just viewing some of your interactions here on the social media platforms, and people are asking Mheshimiwa, why are you so against the UDA, the Kenya Kwanza administration? So we're going to continue with the discussion. Of course, we'll keep interacting with us on our social media platforms. We like the interaction. We're on that part where we're talking about Chebukati's murder plot. What do you think someone would want to murder Chebukati?
Well, first of all, these are allegations.
Allegations.
And there is a proper way to handle allegations. Murder is not something that you can just walk freely. There is DCI office, and still our president, William Samoei Ruto, was still in power, wasn't he? If his Chebukati, his toy, was someone had plotted to murder him, he was still in the deep state. He would have come in the light. Why is he not talking about Msando? Why is he talking about Wafula Chebukati murder right now? You know, this can be a whistleblower. Maybe someone is planning something against Chebukati. So with the allegations, there is a proper way to handle it. There is DCI, go report. So don't come right now for pity party, for sympathy. And especially that you have won, now you're talking about it. And why were you not talking about it during campaigns or when you were still in power? He was still a deputy president, so he knew. So this, we take them as allegations and trying to tarnish our applying dirty mud on Azimio.
Now, as we talk about that, we actually see our very own, your Mother Karua actually said, she posted on a tweet that why would such a serious allegation of attempted kidnap and murder of at IEBC Kenya chair be made 6 months after the elections? Why is the allegations by Mr. William Ruto a third party and not by Chebukati himself? And you've said earlier here that President Ruto was also in the, of course, in the administration before Chebukati was actually plotted to be allegations of him being killed. And again, you talked about Ruto, but we can see from the side that Ruto was not in a good mood with the president. Actually, during the campaigns, they said the side of Raila Odinga, that is Azimio la Umoja, was being supported by deep state, was being supported by, of course, the president himself. They had all the support. Why say that this was a plot by Ruto, yet he was not in good terms with the president at that time?
Well, but still, even if he was not in good terms, he was under salary. He was still the deputy president. And in fact, he would have used it during campaigns to get sympathy votes, as he always do. So whatever he's saying about now in 6 months, some things are non-issue to us. That's why you see even party leader, Her Excellency Honorable Mother Karua, blushing it off, because these are allegations, and there's a proper way to handle such allegations. There's a proper way. There are proper steps to take. You should go to the DCI. So I also don't understand why after 6 months you bring in it, because you have failed to accomplish the 100 days. What you promised is what you promised. That's why you're twisting or switching into something else. It's like when you want to attack someone and you owe him. What do? You come and tell him, first of all, pay my debt. So you will forget that he tried to attack you. You say, oh, wacha tu nyamaze. Then, because he's trying to cover up that 100 days he have not worked. He promised 100 days. Where is 100 days? We are, I think, 120 right now. And nothing, apart from yapping and saying that someone is trying to plot. Why don't he talk about food? Why don't he talk about the hunger? Why don't he talk about the people are killing those cattle rattlers? And it is their place. Why do you start going to build housing where people are hungry? Do you need house more than food? You need food more. So we cannot even give it airtime because it's just.
Oh my God! Now we're talking about we're still talking about Chebukati's tenure in the IEBC. Do you think the next commission is going to be better than Chebukati's commission, and why?
Well, if they involve us directly, and I said, and I stand this straight saying, if they involve us Azimio directly, that we will feel in 2027 that we will be in safe hands, I support.
You support.
But if they will not involve us directly, you know.
That's okay. Statistics shows that we have had 13 elections since the 1963 we got independence, and 7 of those elections are actually presidential. What do you think is expected from the next the new commission that is going to assist so that we cannot have those we elect leaders? No, they are not elected on a good mood. What is expected of the new IEBC commission?
Well, out of those 13, the country is still growing. So the elections of 2007 is not the same election of 2027 because we have technology, we have so many things new that they didn't have then. Maybe by then they were doing manually, but now you see we are electronized now. So if we get good team and we trust the team that will handle 2027 election, we are good to go.
Then how are we going to get the team from your point of view?
From my point of view, as I said, they involve us directly.
Directly.
No, don't tell us public participation. Wanjiko, they don't know things that we know. Like now, I cannot come here in the studio, Emmanuel, and tell you that what to say, because it is your line of duty. So as politicians, it is our line of duty. So we know what is in there. So going to get someone out there that come and hoji mheshimiwa, it is not, he cannot. But since you are here and you're sitting there and you're my interviewer, so you know more than even I don't know, because it is your line of duty. So they should involve us, opposition, directly, more than they can involve the public participation.
And when you say that you need to be approached directly, in what way? Because approach directly might, giving you airtime on our TV set, giving you public participation where you go and talk to the people. What do you mean by being approached directly?
It's not even being approached directly. What I mean, we need an office of opposition. With an office of opposition, that there will be no, apart from members of parliament, office of opposition is that the members of parliament, just like now the Senate, the MCs tried to impeach Kawera, but there was another set of Senate that saved her. This is what I think we need to do. Like MPs, they say this, and there is another set of people who have no special interest, who they are not even in the same category, to say, yeah, this is what is right.
You've said that you need the office of the opposition.
Yes.
But your leaders denied that fact. They're saying Ruto is trying to tame Raila Odinga. They say they don't need that office of opposition.
No, we were lobbying for office of opposition. But they say they are just buying time, as usual. But we will know. As time goes by, we will know.
Why the sudden change to actually have that office of the opposition? Yes.
Because we feel as a party, and we are still meeting, we are still discussing way forward, because our interest is good leadership. And when we lobby for it, first they denied. Then we lobby for it, and then they say they come with their terms. We also have our terms. We cannot be puppets.
What are they?
Because their terms, they will be known. We cannot be puppets to be puppeted everywhere they go. And just because they gave us the office of opposition, but you don't have say. You steal the drum, and you cannot even beat it publicly because you stole the drum. Is it right? But if you bought the drum in the correct way, you will beat it anywhere. What am I saying? I'm trying to say that if you won the elections fairly, we will not be here discussing that what you promised, or what we could have put our jembes down and wait for 2027. But we're still up. We are not bitter, but we want the benefit or the outcome of good leadership.
Now, talking about elections and allegations that you have said you actually took the forefront, you are Secretary General of the former ruling party, that is Jubilee, Jeremiah Kioni, has insisted that Raila won. And his allegations are based on that Raila won by 57% and Ruto by 42%. Right now, we are deeply into 2023. Why shift your attention way back, yet you could be doing a job as the opposition and actually pointing out the weak areas of the government?
You know, at first we went to the judiciary, and maybe they felt we didn't have enough evidence. But now we have enough evidence. And our able SG, Jeremiah Kioni, we have figures. And we have gone back to square 1, 2, 3. Slowly, without hyping up. And we have facts. That is true. Our Azimio leader, His Excellency Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, won the won the election with figures. But since they will say it's bitterness, they will say we are used to it, you know. But the same way he's coming with Chebukati murder after 6 months. It's the same way we are coming up. Maybe he had gone to look for evidence. Also, we had gone to look for evidence. You cannot just wake up and say we won the election and you don't have facts. You should have facts. You should have. We know the figures. We know where in central Kenya that it was leaked so much badly, and we are.
From your sentiments, you are saying that you took time to go and look for evidence, but from your own coalition, we have seen people saying this is the reason why we lost. They have accused some of the top leaders that this is the reason why we lost. Yet right now you're coming back again and saying you have evidence. Why this the limbo? Why are you not your lukewarmness? Why the limbo?
Oh well, you know, once you lose an election, I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing. So some react differently. Some will say Mount Kenya lied to Baba. Some will say, because of that bitterness. I felt, you know, I asked one of my uncles, he's a Luo, and I asked him, Uncle, you have been feeling this for 5 elections? And he laughed. He told me, because I felt like I was dying. You are sweating, you cannot eat. So some people react differently. Like in that time, you will see, like Babu Owino will say, no, Mount Kenya lied to us. But afterwards, when you sat down and you calm down, you just say, what am I saying? Okay, let's go back. What happened? Let's ambush this thing. Let's put our efforts here. Let's know what exactly happened, so that when it comes to 2027, we will not make, if it was our mistake, we will not make the same mistake
Again. So according to you, you think that President Ruto did not take the win?
100%. 101. If there is 101, I believe he did not take it fairly.
Raila Odinga equally said that it's not too late, that we can actually look into the results and see the time in which that he actually believes, he still believes that he is the winner. But at this time, Ruto is already past his 100 days. He's deep into restructuring his cabinet. Don't you think it's late for Azimio to start bringing up the 2022 general election saga?
It's never late in politics. Even if it's 1 year, it's never late in politics. As long as you have your factors and your things right, it's never late. But what we need is the truth, the whole truth. We don't need Mickey Mouse games, because we are still heading to elections 2027. You saw this MP from, I think Wajir, who was saying that presidential term will be extended.
Exactly.
Even 100 days, even 50 days were not over. They went back to the parliament and started yapping. But you know, you may feel that he is the one who is talking, but there's someone behind him who is trying to throw stones. You know, when you see a bush and maybe you left your phone in the bush and you want to, you cannot just go blindly to the bush. What do? You take a stone and throw to the bush and see if there is an animal. So he was used to cast a stone in the bush to see what will come out. So when he threw the stone, he saw lions were there. He will not go and get the phone. So there was someone behind it. So they're still working on how to manipulate or how to frustrate. But we know their ways.
Then
they are not smarter.
What's next for Azimio then?
For Azimio is we want truth. Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Well, you've heard that, my viewer. Things are getting hot in the studio. We're taking yet another close but short commercial break, but we'll be back with more with this esteemed politician here. We're taking a short commercial break.
Welcome to Mahanaim International High School. Are you worried about the character of your child? Mahanaim is the best Christian and character building school and offer British National Curriculum IGCSE O-Level and GCE A-Level and mixed day and boarding school. For more inquiry, call 0710 111 333.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back to GBS TV News, GBS TV, the Insights segment where we're continuing discussing the political news here that have been taking place across the country through the week. And of course, the politician is still with us in the studio and she's still assisting us in identifying those key components in the political arena. Now, we're talking about the handshake. President Ruto said that he's not going to take any handshake in his administration. He says it has paralyzed the role of the opposition in terms of governing and putting the government in line. What do you have to say about that?
Well, His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto, take this to the bank. We don't want handshake. What we want is the truth. Tell the people the truth. That's it.
What truth?
Truth about elections, truth about all those allegations that you're now bringing up, but we don't want handshake. You just work, your promises, whatever you promised people, just do your job. They elected you, those who elected you, we did not elect you, but you are our president. Those who elected you and those who did not elect you. You are our president, and please, be truthful, be transparent, and stop monkey business. We don't want handshake as Azimio.
Now, because you have said that you do not want a handshake, in case there's a handshake, because we have seen President Ruto has visited Nyanza region, he has continued with the key development projects that President Uhuru started, and that is how the handshake saga began with the former Prime Minister, that is Raila Odinga. What do you say about that?
Well, him going to Nyanza, he's still the president of Nyanza, right? And he portrayed like we are begging for the handshake. But the truth is that we are not begging for the handshake. It's maybe the things that will push him so much hard side that he don't want people to know maybe the truth about elections of 2022. But if he thinks that we are forcing the handshake, no one is forcing the handshake. And if there will be a handshake, we shall be told by our party leader. But as for now, according to what we know as a Jubilee Party or Azimio coalition, we know we are not begging for handshake.
So do you think President Ruto, using these projects that he has outlined, you have seen a lot of projects, he has done a lot of projects in the Nyanza region, and of course he has also been talking to the political leaders and key leaders in Nyanza region. Do you think he's trying to bring that form of, having that coalition together with the opposition, and that may lead to a handshake?
Well, it's too early to judge.
Yes.
And he's doing his work. He's doing his duty. So it is too early to judge and say that he's trying to pull or to bring closeness. You know, they say keep your enemy closer. Maybe this is working for him. But, well, it's too early to judge. Let me refrain my comment.
Your comment.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about the same thing about bringing people to the coalition, and we saw the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua actually talking to some Jubilee. Do you think Jubilee is going to be incorporated inside UDA Kenya Kwanza?
The ones he was talking to are elected leaders and nominated leaders. The moment our SG or my party leader will tell me this is the way to go, with the facts, his deputy president feels like he is the Mount Kenya King P. To me, he's just a wannabe. I feel he does not have the characters of Mount Kenya King P. So we will wait until we're given a go-ahead from by our SG. As long as our SG Kioni has not mentioned anything, he is not my king.
But you don't need the authorization of your SG, because before even President Ruto entered into office, when he was the president-elect, you could see leaders from your side and other sides shifting their attention and moving to his Kenya Kwanza administration. Does that really need the information of your party leader?
Well, there is something we call loyalty.
Loyalty.
And this is a character that most people lack, not only politicians. Also, even in workplaces, you find there is no loyalty. So according to me, being a loyalist, there are certain things I follow from my leaders. I don't do it my way. But when I feel this is not the right, I have to question. But as long as the party has not communicated to us that this is the way forward, and I feel also myself that this is the way forward, I am not buying.
You've also, because you've also outlined that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is not the kingpin of, Mount Kenya. Why so?
Well, he's still in campaign mode, and I am not yet even convinced, because he is picking fights with very junior people like Sakaja. Honorable Sakaja. With this, you can tell what type of a leader he is. Honorable Sakaja is junior to him, and there is a proper way to address him, not on national TV. So him picking small fights from here and here, him talking about Azimio anywhere he go, even he was someone who was told, we are not in campaign period. It's like he lost. He don't know he won. Because he's still, wherever he goes, we have not done this because of Azimio. We have not done this because of Azimio. It's 6 months now. What have we done? Anywhere he goes, he has to mention Azimio. So not unless he stops these campaign themes or campaign talks, it will take time.
Now, before we continue even talking about the president actually changed the role of the DP Gachagua, and he actually defended his move by saying that the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua had the passion of serving the people of Kenya, and in that he said that he had given him the opportunity to serve in capturing cartels in the sector of the tea and dairy farming. Do you think by giving him that opportunity or that privilege, he's going to work, and the sector, in the tea sector, we're going to have a stable commission?
Yeah, well, he should prove to us through work, not through talking. Show me your work. With your work, I can judge. But with your talking, there is nothing he has done so far. Apart from meeting the Azimio people today, the Jubilee candidates. And that's not our step forward. That's his duty. I think they're trying to bring us closer. As I say, bring your enemy closer. Because they see things are they will rupture. And him being in the limelight of him being given the mandate to follow the cartels, let us see what he is doing, not what he's. Let us see what he is doing. Let us hear his work. Don't talk. I have done this, and yet there's nothing visible. Show us your work with visibility. We can see this is it. This is your work. You did this and this. Not that I'm planning to do this and this. Planning and doing is different things.
So you think the deputy president is incapable of actualizing this role that he has been given?
Well, I cannot say he's incapable. Let him work and prove to us that he can work, not to talk. You talk, you walk, you talk. Just talk, do your work, let it be visible, let it be something tangible that we can see, but not talking. There's nothing he has done so far, apart from talking and tarnishing Azimio and calling us all sort of names.
Even as we end this discussion, do you think President Ruto, by giving these roles differently, like that one that I've given to you, that he's going to fight the cartels, is he giving Gachagua a step aside and grooming someone else that will assist him in his role as the president?
Well, it's too early to judge, but it is going there.
Why?
Let me hold that, but we will. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even as we end the show, I would like you to give my viewer your last views as we end the show. What are your expectations? What do you need? What are you seeing in this government? And of course, if you want to give yourself credit, this is the chance.
Well, first of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity. Secondly, GBS TV for giving me this platform. Thirdly, to you for being a good colleague. I can call you colleague right now.
Exactly.
And well, we are not in a position to oppose the government, to tarnish or to dirtify the government. We are just keeping them on toes to work for Wanjiko, because all leaders should work for Wanjiko, not for their special interests or for their gains. We are here as opposition to make sure whatever they promised, they have delivered.
Well, that has been the Inside Show, and of course I'm going to give that chance to describe. When she says work for Wanjiko, she means working for the Kenyans. Of course, not her alone. She says she's working for all Kenyans at large. Well, we've come to the end of the Inside Show today on GBS TV Africa. We're going now to go for a cut short of this segment. It has been me, Sete Emmanuel, of course. We've had the very best show here. Special thanks to the team that made this possible. Till next time, have a lovely day.
Nakukaribisha tena katika makao makuu yako katika ulimwengu wa michezo.
Yoga is not a sport. Yoga is actually a way of life.
Ukiona FIFA inaingilia kati, it means that the FIFA rules have been violated.